To Stuckey for Stuckey. Pass to Hill. Right side Hill. Some nice passing here by Indiana. A shot by Mahinmi, no good.
And for most every team out there, guys, they're looking for a guy like C.J. Miles. Decent size, natural movement skills, and can absolutely shoot the lights out. Call them buckets, because that's a lethal formula.
Now here's Joseph. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Ross against Hill. Hill, a screen on Ross. Hill drives in. Indiana again missing. Raptors leading by 3. Here's DeRozan, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And it's Miles missing.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. The Raptors out in front, up 5. And we'll be back. Here, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do.
I think I had that all my life. I always had to prove somebody wrong, and, you know, still to this day. That's just the competitiveness that I believe my oldest brother built into me when I was little.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And, you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another, as intense as I've seen.
Helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
Scola out there with Powell. Then there's Lowry. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Joseph in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Now, here is George from the high post. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And we all know about Paul George and his injury while with Team USA. I mean, he has still said that he would consider playing international ball.
For George to be eager to go back and represent the U.S. in international play is a brave move.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, a lot of it might be that he just wants to put that in the past and move on. And sometimes you do that best by confronting things head on. And the only way to have that be the past is to keep playing for his country. We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Scola, a screen on Ellis. Lowry kicks to Joseph. Valanciunas passes to Powell. It's good from long range. Powell's got 6.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed. You know, if you're looking to build a small forward and there wasn't a LeBron James template, you might go with PG, Paul George. Height, length, athleticism, that combination off the charts with him. And he's got a nice, unflappable demeanor, too.
Raptors with the lead. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Kicks it to Lowry. Over to the left wing. Joseph dishes to Lowry. No luck. Ellis with some nice deep. Yeah, talking about Paul George, a big part of his dominance, his attitude. He doesn't yell or pump his fist. He's really the quiet assassin.
Yeah, once he maxes out in the weight group, which he will, now that he's in his mid-20s, I think he's going to be an Adonis. I mean, exactly the kind of physique you're looking for in a prototype at the small forward.
No good from Valanciunas.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Here's Lowry. Following the basket by Rodney Stuckey. They set the pick. A 3-ball, and that one's good. Scoa's got his first 3 points of the game.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now, here's George. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
The shot by Lowry, no good.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And the Pacers just missed out on the playoffs last year and would have to settle for 9th in the East. Hard for a team that has been so dominant in the East over recent seasons.
Scola with the clean look. The Pacers pull it in. Ellis outside. Left side, Turner. Again, the miss by Turner.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And a wide-open look for Valanciunas. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Over in the corner, Turner. Turner with the screen for George. Jumper off the screen. And that one goes long.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Shots good by Ellis. Ellis has got the lead up to 1 now for the Pacers. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Pacers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
George, the 9-foot shot, goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. George has got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
Screen by Valanciunas. Out left to the wing. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Ellis. Oh, and here we go. Ellis has got it. The fast break chance. Stuckey kicks to Ellis. And that one hits back iron. Raptors trail by 3. Here's Powell. 6 points for him.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jump.
Really good point, Greg. I mean, you want to keep that balance, and attacking inside creates space for shooters, and having shooters creates opportunities inside, so it works hand in glove.
Toronto calls timeout.
Tell you what, can drown draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a 5-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind, where the Warriors stole him with the 40th pick in 2005.
The Pacers making a switch here. Mahinmi's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Lavoy Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. And George Hill's subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. And he gets it to go. And now a 7-point Pacer lead.
Seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Lowry passes to DeRozan. It's stolen by Hill. Ellis. And so that's the end of the first half. Indiana out in front. They finish off the second quarter with a huge surge, an 18-6 run. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach Casey, obviously it's early in the season, but how...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting for the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. They were a finely tuned unit in the second quarter, easily outscoring their counterparts and getting in front by 7 points at the end of the half. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the... All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
The way he was able to attack the rim in that first half, defenders are going to need to start building walls and being connected defensively if they want to have any chance to stop him.
Now, come on, Greg. That's much easier said than done when he's the penetrator. I mean, his speed and agility make him extremely tough to cover.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup. Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Pacers,
haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, freer than his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too.
Yeah.
But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the two. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
It's Hill on the wing. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Valanciunas. Raptors trail by 4. Shot on the wing. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And, you know, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skills. That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Corey Joseph's checked in for Kyle Lowry. And a change for the Pacers. Stuckey's checked in. Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half.
You know, for DeMar DeRozan, scary to think that he's still scratching the surface of his potential. Made his first All-Star appearance in 2014. Was a little dinged up last year, but still very effective. No doubt he's the real deal.
Scola dishes to Valanciunas. Second chance shot. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. The Raptors have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. Some changes for Toronto. Biyombo comes in for Jonas Valanciunas. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for Powell. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. C.J. Miles comes in for Rodney Stuckey. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Hill sets the screen for Hill. Fires from deep. There's the bucket. Good. Hill's got 5 points now in the quarter. Raptors trail by 10. Joseph the pass to Scola. Screen by Scola. And Joseph kicks to Ross. Pass to Joseph. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. 5 to shoot. Ross dishes to DeRozan. The good-looking shot from the wing. DeRozan's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
DeMar DeRozan, one of the few players that can knock down a shot like that.
And for a long time now, Indiana has protected the rim. It's one of the core elements of their defense and why they are so strong on D every year.
And George kicks to Hill. And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That's his first foul. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. The Pacers also with a sub. Mahimi's checked in for Lavoy Allen. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Hill kicks to Miles. Gets a very good look and converts. Miles has got the lead up to 10 now for the Pacers. And last year for Indiana, top 3 at protecting the rim. Opponent shot under 50% right at the hoop clock.
You know, that number might not sound like a lot, but being under 50% on essentially layups, that's a big deal. Protecting the rim is a huge part of winning basketball. It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
There's a screen. George passes to Mahinmi. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
Rosen dishes to Joseph. He kicks it to Biombo. He feeds it to DeRozan. Here's Joseph. Excellent D there from Hill.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
George. Ross grabs the board.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Stolen by Joseph. Fast break Toronto. DeRozan leading the charge. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket from Patterson.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And the Pacers call time here.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back. On the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
And Toronto making a change here. Lowry's checked in, and the Pacers also making a change. Ellis is checked in. They set the pick. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Screen by Ellis. Hill drives in. Biombo with the block. One-on-one here. Here's Patterson. A three-pointer off the mark. Indiana leading by 7. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game. And the Raptors with some changes. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. And it's Powell in for Ross. Turner's checked in for the Pacers. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Luis Scola, he's checked in for Patterson. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. DeRozan with it. 10 points for him. Off with the layup.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Pacers leading by 7. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Scola out there with Powell. And it's Valanciunas in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. It's back to Hill. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates. And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury. Came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
During that break, Dwayne, Casey had some words for his team. He was not at all satisfied with their effort levels, saying, "We're losing the hustle plays and all the 50-50 balls. We simply can't win that way. We've got to get after it." Let's see how they respond, Kevin.
And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists, partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Pacers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition. That's a pretty serious blow, guys. I mean, they are showing they want this game more, staying active defensively and putting up some quick points.
And if they keep up this intensity over the last few minutes of this game, it's nearly impossible to have a comeback against them.
And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Biombo, he's checked in for Scola. And it's Ross in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Joseph. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And for Valanciunas last year, his offensive production was similar to the year before, but he cut down on his turnovers. He also raised his shooting percentage to a career-high 57%, and that, my friends, is improved efficiency.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
And Joseph kicks to Ross. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
You know, talking about Valanciunas, the light clearly went on last season. He was more assertive, refined his postgame. The next step is to extend his shooting range so he can help space the floor on offense.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Powell, the pass to Joseph. Unloads. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always loved that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
Outside, George. The dish to Allen. No good from 18.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And it's sent back by George. Hill with it. Picked up by Joseph. Picked up by Hill. Ellis outside. And George now top of the key. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Ellis has got his 5th assist in this one.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
It's stolen by Hill. Left side, George dishes it to Hill. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Some changes for Toronto. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. DeRozan comes in for Ross. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Joseph. Now Hill. Timeout called the Pacers. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He said their plan was run their offense through Allen. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. Guys, they're operating under the principle that it's never too late to fine-tune the game plan. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks again, Doris. Scola. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Pacers leading by 7. Now, here is George. 1:31 left in the game. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? He's got 16 points and some big-time defense with the 3 steals, too. Good contributions for him offensively with the assist, and also making some nice steals.
You know what, Clark? You're right on the money with that. He's been just as creative as he has been disruptive.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop-chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Hill against Lowry. Over in the corner, Ellis looking to end his cold spell. Luis Scola with the rebound.
He has yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
And it's DeRozan missing. The Pacers have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. George with the ball. Scola covering. Hill is feet on Scola. George dishes to Ellis. Back to George. The 10-footer. Here's Hill. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Passes to Hill. So it's Indiana picking up the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it.
Guys, Paul George.
The 2K Sports postgame show.